Hi everybody, welcome to this video titled Copilot and Analysis Assist, part of the Business Central pre-sales workshop. My name is Craig Kreskis and I am a partner solution architect here at Microsoft. I just want to say thank you so much for taking the time to invest in yourself and learn more about some of the Copilot capabilities that you can infuse in your upcoming demonstrations. Now, as I mentioned, this video is focused on Analysis Assist. I have several other videos available for you to go learn more about Copilot inside of Business Central. So let's begin with the Analysis Assist. And there are two scenarios that I'm going to present to you today. Number one, we'll be looking at items on a list page, and then something a little bit more lengthy, I'll say, and that's the general ledger entries page. So let's take a look. We'll start out with the items page. Open up Business Central, and you will select on the items, and you can see a full list of items. Now, we have introduced this analysis feature in a prior release where you can select on the analysis, and you can see over on the right-hand side, I can create different tabs and using the pivot mode and just do analysis here. But let's go ahead and return back to the traditional list. And now on the left side, you'll notice now where my cursor is hovering is you have the Copilot icon where you can engage Copilot. And I want to go ahead and analyze this list. So from here, I can just start to type what it is I would like to view. So for example, let's say I want to show the item description along with the quantity on hand and unit cost. I just type that in, I hit generate. And the tab name from Copilot, you see it's not saved, it's got a dotted line. And I can continue my refinement, right? So Copilot will remain in the foreground down at the bottom of my page. And you can see I want to add sorting to this. So I'll go ahead and type in add sorting by unit cost, and then I select on enter. Notice again, the top tab naming convention changed based on my selection, but also where my cursor is going to take you is I can go back and forth and switch between the initial inquiry versus the current one, which has got the unit cost in descending manner. So if I click back, you can see it returns back. So it remembers what I'm selecting. I'm going to click forward and I'm going to build on it to get a little more finite. And I'm going to say, show me the items that have a replacement item in our inventory. And I'll select on enter here. And notice that I have 3 items here sorted by the unit cost descending. And notice again, the tab name change. Now, if I want, I'll go over to the analysis filter here. And you can notice in the columns here, again, I could manually do this like I showed you in the analysis list. But you can also see here how Copilot is doing the filters for me. So I go ahead and keep it. And then I'll go ahead and select this again. I'm going to create another analysis. I'll use the prompt guide. And I'm going to add structure. And I want to group these items. So I'm going to go ahead and group by, and then I'll type in the word vendor and hit generate. And now you'll see here, if I expand this out, I'm getting closer to what I want. I'd have grouped the vendor, but I want to see the items by vendor, and I can rename the tab, or with Copilot having this conversation with me, I can ask it to rename the tab as well. So let's go ahead and do that next. So I'm going to go ahead and say rename the tab, items by vendor. And then you can see here what happens now is that dotted line, as I mentioned, as soon as I go into this list, if I check something off, that now saves and commits it. So now I have exactly what I was looking for that item list. Now the second demonstration I was going to show you was inside of the general ledger entries page. So let's take a look of that next. Customer ledger entries. I will go ahead and hit Copilot to invoke it to analyze the list. And I'm going to just ask Copilot to show me what customers who owe us money. And now you can see here, I've got some things I need to filter on here and to clean up. I'm going to ask it to remove the column because I've got the 2 of the same columns, the amount and the remaining. And go ahead and add the due year and the due month. Now I'm looking at the data in the column. I'm going to say show me as a pivot. And now notice it changes the order in the view. Now I still have some duplicate columns, and this is just a function of some of the demo data that we have in here. So you can go over to the values here in the pivot, and I can remove as much as I want. And then you can see here, I have those values that I need in the pivot table, and I can expand it out. And I have it by year and then expanding out by each of the quarters. So you can see in a short amount of time how Copilot has helped me get started and doing analysis of these large lists of data. And again, this was focused on the Analysis Assist. I want to say thank you so much for your time. I hope this helps you get started with Copilot and Analysis Assist. Again, my name is Craig, and I look forward to seeing you again in a video real soon.